This is a Headgum original.
Jake and Amir, two Jews that you can't forget. In 2010, they were big on the internet. And all things considered, their success is more than fair. Now here's one more effort for only positive motivations, they swear. Segment. Another podcast. Segment. Each app different from the last. Segment. It's the Swiss Army knife of shows. Meet your two emphatic hosts. Segment.
Woohoo! Knock it off with the
sign.
Personalized messages.
I just wrote a little note and I held it up to the camera.
It's a little alienating to my mother.
Your mother?
She watches
because
these.
you didn't think to make a note to your mom.
I haven't called her in a year, and she watches these YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. She's a huge fan of the new podcast, and she watches them on YouTube. She hated If I Were You. Mm-hmm. She's hashtag all in on segments. She even started a post on our subreddit. Am I the only one who can't stand If I Were You episodes now that segments is out?
And everyone responded
9
yes.
upvotes. Yes, for the first time ever, you are the only one who thinks
it is actually just you.
I'm fighting a light issue for those of you watching at home. I'm getting a glare from the sun off a car into my eyes like that. So I'm trying to block that, use a ring light. It's a lot. So if you're watching it, it looks dramatic.
You're seeing the pre-production has bled into the production now.
Exactly right. And we have a lot of moving pieces this episode.
That's
because
right.
we have a lot of segments this episode.
That's
God,
right.
I want to say we have at least 2 segments.
I think we have 3. We actually do have 3.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with something I wanted to ask you about anyway, since this is the Segments podcast. You went to South America for a weekend.
Less. But yes.
Less than a weekend.
That's correct.
You flew from where to where and why?
New York to Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo back to New York. And
Brazil.
Why? Yes, Brazil.
Yeah.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't really know why I did it. I know.
How did it come about?
The instigating incident, the yes or no that I don't know why I accepted. Ben Schwartz, good pal, reached out for Sonic 3. He's going on this big
He reached out
tour.
to you?
Yeah.
Like to be in the movie?
Not to be in the movie.
Oh.
Just to kind of be his emotional support animal for the first 24 hours of a 15-day press tour where he's going to Sao Paulo, the Brazil Comic-Con. He's going to London. He's going back to LA for the premiere of Sonic 3. Then he's going to New York to do the talk show circuit. And
they offer him an extra flight for like a partner or something, a manager, a wife, a friend.
Yeah, people bring their hair and makeup person, their stylist, a friend, a spouse. Nobody brought a friend. Ben's the only one that brought a friend.
Right.
Ben brought me, a guy who contributes absolutely nothing to anybody. And I guess Paramount called his bluff. He's like, "Can I just bring a friend?" And they're like, "Yeah, if you want to just if you actually know somebody that will go to Sao Paulo for 36 hours at the end of the day, sure, you can bring a friend."
So how long was that flight?
The flight there, I think that this is, so I'm like, oh wow, this will be really funny. This was like 2 months ago, maybe. It's like, how funny would this be if I just went to Sao Paulo just to hang out with you and have like one nice dinner? That was our plan because he has like all day Friday off before everything starts for him on Saturday.
So you flew on a Thursday.
Flew on a Thursday night red eye. As it's leading up to it, we're just like, I'm basically like, I wish I could back out a little bit. This is
a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it sounds fun to be like, yeah, let's go to Brazil. But then like you have to like order an Uber to JFK. And you're like,
well, I didn't have to do any of that. They made it very easy. Paramount had a black car outside my house. They flew me first class, the lie down seat.
Wow.
And this is all for a guy that has nothing to do with the movie. Like that's
how
the
much
level
the
of this.
press budget is for this film.
Yeah. But as it's coming up, I'm just like, all right, this is going to be a funny story when it's over, but actually hurling my body to Brazil by myself right now feels like it's just a lot. I don't.
Yeah, because a first class flight is nicer than a coach flight.
Yeah.
But it's not nicer than no flight at all.
Right. It's not nicer than not taking a red eye for sure. But I get there. I get onto, I'm like a little bit apprehensive, but I'm like, I have to go. And then I start thinking like, well, wouldn't it be crazy if this plane crashed? That would just be the funniest thing in the world.
That would be the best outcome. Why was he on the plane? He thought it would be funny to go to Brazil for a day.
Exactly. But then I walk onto the flight, and because it's Comic-Con, it's a star-studded first class cabin. I am lying.
There's a Comic-Con in Brazil?
It's one of the biggest ones, apparently. I'm lying next to Christian Slater on the flight.
Lying?
Yes. We are not. He has the solo seat next to the window, but I am directly adjacent him. There's 2 seats and then another seat.
Two chairs that face each other. It's you staring at Slater.
So it's me, Christian Slater, Sarah Michelle Gellar's in front of me, Miles Teller is behind me.
Wow. And everyone's like, hey, famous person. Hey, famous person.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know
Slater and
anybody?
Michelle Gellar are absolutely chatting. They are shooting the breeze.
You always wonder, like, how do all these famous people know each other? And it's like stuff like this. It's like they just get flown or set up or
they did a cameo on the project. People. They worked together the same day, but they know they see each other at parties.
Manager met at Comic-Con Brazil.
Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody walking on the plane was like, "Oh, I'm a big like Jake and Amir fan. I used to love your videos," and I was trying to be really loud about it. So Christian,
wait, say that again.
Did you want a selfie? Because I saw Slater taking some selfies with fans, and I'm down to do that as well.
So wait, a random guy said that, and then
random guy
just passed by. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually starting off on a high note. I'm texting Ben. We're laughing about it. This is all solid. And I slept full 9 hours on the flight.
Wow.
Incredible.
Did you take any sleeping aid, or you were just tired?
There's like, I've been taking a muscle relaxer for my back. That's one of the side effects is that I get drowsy. So that it always puts me out, and it put me out on the flight too.
Is it cyclobenzaprine?
Yes. Why do you know that?
Let's take a break. This is about your substance abuse problem.
Why don't you actually take a break from the cyclobenzaprine?
Yeah.
So anyway, So red eye, wake up, me and Christian stretching it out, brushing our teeth, not together, but we're doing the same thing. We're the same guy. I walk.
How did you sleep, Hurwitz?
Dude, Christian, you're freaking me out.
Shut your eyes.
I heard you slithering all night.
Does he still have good hair?
Yeah, it looked pretty nice. I think he was wearing a hat actually, but he looked good. He's an attractive man.
He aged well.
And then I get off the plane. I'm still getting this like star treatment. I didn't even realize, but I had a handler that I just like walked by because I was like trying to get to baggage claim. So I could
somebody with a sign with your name on it.
Yeah, but like I thought it was going to be that person was at baggage claim, but they were literally waiting on the jet bridge for me to come off. And
they wanted to, and each one of the famous people had one too.
Yeah, because I saw Miles Teller go to his, and I saw Tika Sumpter, who plays somebody in Sonic, go to her person, and I was like,
first class is everybody famous and you.
Yeah, and they all had handlers.
And any of them?
Of course not. Of absolute course not.
Ben is coming from a different city, so he's not even meeting you yet. What if I started
talking to Christian Slater, and then he's like, "So what are you doing at Comic-Con?" My friend is flying me down just for that, for fun. I guess I'm kind of a joke. Everyone said, "Wouldn't it be funny if Hurwitz was here?"
There's no time difference, right? You leave at like 11 p.m., land at 11 a.m.
It's a 2-hour time difference,
flight.
So it's less of a time difference than if I went to LA.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I walk the plane feeling great, and I see the celebrities go to their handlers, and I'm like, damn, that's status. Meanwhile, I get out there, and the person is calling me frantically because I actually had that too. And then I'm like,
and it's not Ben's name, it's yours.
Right, it's my name. And then they find me, and we go to. I'm like apologizing because I thought it was kind of like a JFL situation where there's just like, oh, is everybody getting in the bus to go to the hotel? Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like, is everybody else already out? I thought I was fast or whatever. And there's like, no, it's just you. So this handler brings me to a black Mercedes where there's a greeter and then a different driver who brings me to the hotel.
Famous people.
Yeah, they live a different life.
No.
But
still haven't seen Ben.
Still have not seen Ben, but we're texting. He's landed. And I was just like thinking it was casual, like, oh, I'll meet you at baggage claim, but it's just not like that. He has like security to get him through the airport. He has a private like guard and a luggage car and his car, and then it's just me with my own car, and we sit in like 2.5 hours of just awful traffic that seemingly never ever ends.
2.5 hours is a lot. It's like San Diego to LA.
Yeah, it was such a long time. We were just crawling the entire time, and we just kept on going around different broken down cars. And I was like, was this the issue? But it's just no. We literally crawled all the way to the hotel, and I could have walked, but it was 90 degrees outside. So it's
summer.
Yeah, sweltering hot, super crowded. I check into the hotel. It's so fucking nice. I'm taking a red eye. I get there by noon. I'm taking a red eye the following night. So I have one night to sleep, and then I have to like get ready. And they're like, "You're here for 2 nights," and I'm like, "No, just one." And they're like, "Oh, well,
so
you're taking
2
a
nights
red
on
eye."
The plane, one night in the hotel.
They booked you for a second night just so you wouldn't have to check out early. And this is I'm nobody. They put me up in such a fancy hotel for 2 nights that I didn't even need.
Because their marketing budget is $100 million and this is $1,200.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to them.
So I'm living life in the lap of luxury. Fancy ass hotel. I think we had like $200 a day to spend on food and room service and stuff. And I like looked at the menu and I was looking at the menu. I was like, oh wow, like this breakfast is like $95. So I'm gonna go through that. Then I realized it was real. And the breakfast cost like $11. And I was like,
can I get 8?
Yeah.
Can I get 8 of them actually? I'll just throw it away. I'd hate for the money to go to waste.
So Ben finally checks into his room. And this is probably the best part. He checks into his room. He's like, I think I might be next door. I'm 217 and I was 219. And I realized that they'd put us in rooms with an interconnecting door.
So 2 suites connected into one mega suite.
So I like opened my door and Ben opened his door and we just saw each other for the first time. I haven't seen him in like 2 months and we see each other for the first time in Sao Paulo. We just start like maniacally laughing. We hug each other.
Yeah. Dunstan checks in, or blank check style, like 2 kids that got infinitely wealthy for a day.
Yeah. And he's like, let me see your room. And I show him my room because it's super nice. And then he's like, oh, wow. And then I go into his room and it's like 3 rooms. There's like a living room, a kitchen, a wet bar, 2 full bathrooms.
For one night, in one person.
And that first day was great. We ordered room service. We ate a coconut in the pool, or drank a coconut in the pool. And then that night we had like dinner with all of the Sonic people. So,
did you meet some famous people there?
The only people that were in Sao Paulo from the movie were James Marsden and Tika Sumpter. So I didn't get the Carrie, I didn't get the Keanu, the Idris, but Tika and James Marsden were very, very nice. And I met the director and we had a great time. But again, this was also me and Ben's plan was like, we'll go out to one dinner. We'll go to a really fancy dinner. But it was like, actually Paramount is hosting a dinner at the hotel. So
got it. So
first of all, my first day in Brazil, I did not leave the hotel, which this hotel, it was really nice, but it was in this park. So I was pretty far from actually like being in Sao Paulo. I was in the middle of a park and I sat the entire day in this pool facing a courtyard with a bunch of trees. So I couldn't even see.
Might as well have been Tampa.
Yeah. I could not see a single Brazilian thing from my window. It was just like vegetation in the pool. And then sitting by the pool, all you can see is the other rooms and some vegetation.
Dinner at the hotel.
Again. I fall asleep. I wake up. This is the day that Ben has a ton of press. And this is my one day. You're invited
or you're stay away from that?
I am not included in that. Not included.
So it's like, all right, I got to go, but have a good flight tonight. You'll never see him again.
No, he's like, he had 2 hours for lunch back at the hotel. So we were going to be able to hang out then. And then the other plan was that I was going to be able to go to Comic-Con with him. But then because of all of this crazy traffic, they were like, Jake, you can't go to you can't go to Comic-Con. You have to go directly to the airport because we need to make sure that you make
Who
your
said
flight.
that to you?
This is like I think it's like the Paramount reps in Brazil talking to the public relations people working with Paramount, working with the whole press tour or whatever.
3-hour drive plus getting there 3 hours early means you have to leave at 4 for an 11 p.m. flight.
So I'm like, okay, well, maybe like even if I don't go to Comic-Con for Ben's panel, why don't I just go with him when he goes and I can even just stay there for a minute? And they were like, let us get back to you. They got back to me an hour later and with this insanely complicated plan where they're like, all right, you and Ben will go with your luggage in Ben's car. We'll follow in Ben's luggage car with his security guard and overspill luggage. And behind that will be Ben's luggage car with these 2 assistants. And lastly, when we get there, Ben will go into Comic-Con and Jake, you can't go in. You have to go directly to the airport. So I was like,
do not pass go.
Okay, so I just won't go. And then I was like, all right, so I'm not going to make anything complicated for anybody. And I'm definitely not going to make it complicated if I still can't even go into Comic-Con. So you guys just go. Ben has to leave at 3. I have 3 hours to kill before I have to get in my car to go to the airport. So I'm like, I guess I'm going to go and get a massage because at least I'm at a fancy hotel. I can get a massage or something. I go down to the spa, no availability till 7. I just had to sit in the hotel for the last 3 hours kind of contemplating like how useless I was.
So was it good? Were you like, this was stupid or were you like, this was funny still by the end?
Now that it's all over, I think it's funny. It peaked. Like basically it was all funny right up until dinner ended and I went to bed and then I wake up and I was kind of like, all right, I'm really on my own today. I did go into Sao Paulo and I went to like a bakery and I took a walk. So I spent like 2 hours kind of in Sao Paulo and the rest of the time I was in a hotel in a park.
Yeah.
Tucked away from
Didn't do anything.
Didn't feel like I did anything. And then just like to add insult to injury at the very, very end, they rushed me to the airport worried about this traffic, but it actually wasn't that bad. I got to the airport 2.5 hours early, had a handler, breezed through security in like 20 minutes, maybe less. Maybe it was 3 hours early. Then I had 2.5 hours to kill before my flight boarded. And I just sat in a lounge for the entire time. Then I got onto the airplane and there was something wrong with the engine. And we sat on the runway for 2.5 hours before we took off.
Before a 12-hour flight.
Yeah. So that second day, starting with when Ben left for Comic-Con without me, from 3 until midnight was kind of just me wondering what my point on Earth was.
Yeah. So, more of an existential dread.
Yeah, it was just
why
like,
am I doing anything?
Why am I doing this? I'm utterly by myself now. I'm of no use to anybody. Like 10 different people are working
on a rock.
Yeah, 10 different people are working to bring me to the airport where I didn't ever need to be. So there's a lot of like questioning things like that. But Christian Slater was on my flight on the way back.
Oh wow, you saw him again.
Yeah, it would have been a great time to try to talk to him, but he had headphones in the second time.
So you were out. Yeah, you didn't talk to him at any point.
Yeah, I didn't.
Muscle relaxer again on the flight back. Slept fine.
Slept great. Yeah. 8 full hours. Walked into my house. Baby's up. Dog needs to get walked. I was just like in December walking my dog down the cold block in Brooklyn. And it felt like I was like,
should I go back to Brazil?
It felt like I never went. I was like, did I actually go to Brazil? I have not left. I was here yesterday.
Did you take a picture?
In Brazil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so there's at least some visual documentation record of you being in Brazil.
Yeah. There's some record of me being in Brazil, and I got some good hang time with Ben, so that was great.
Did you get invited to London, the next step of the press tour?
People did. It seemed like I would have been able to go to London if I wanted to. They were like, "Are you coming to London?" Been the same thing. We were talking about it. They're like, yes, there's budget and space, whatever. Ben said that I could go if I wanted to, but I couldn't. I don't know if I would have wanted to. By the end, I felt like more of kind of like a sideshow type. Like I didn't want to.
You didn't want to be an inconvenience.
Well, it was just like, maybe it was like an ego thing. Like people asking, rightfully, just making conversation, like what my role is in all of this. And the truth was that it was funny that I was there. So I'm like, I guess by the end, I realized that the joke was in part that I shouldn't be there. So,
am I the joke?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Are you laughing at me or with me? But nobody was laughing. But it was just like, yeah, I think ego wise, by the end I was like, man, it would be cool if I was at Comic-Con.
Right, if you got invited for a thing you did.
Yeah.
Versus a +1 somebody else had.
Yeah, a +1 that somebody's like found a loophole to bring because it was not for buds.
Did you get Delta miles, and was that part of the appeal for you?
That was part of the appeal, and I did get the Delta miles. And this trip brought me up to Delta Diamond for next year.
So
it was worth it just for that.
It was always just for the miles, at least half of it.
Yeah.
If you weren't getting the miles, would you? If they were like, "We'll fly you American," are you going to Brazil?
No.
Wow. The truth comes tumbling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him. He said it was for the miles. I'm on the phone with Paramount.
It wasn't just for the miles. You can't take those back.
It was for the miles teller as well.
That's right.
All right. Good story.
Was it good?
I hope it was worth it.
It was worth it. In the end, I'm very glad I went.
And you can say you had never been to South America. Now you can say you've been to South America.
I've knocked off 4 continents now.
Actually, Sonic 4 is bringing Ben to Antarctica if you're interested.
I would absolutely go for that.
Yeah. It's a 2-week sort of boat situation.
Fine.
Because you got to hang out there and wait for the right wave structure.
Yeah.
You go through this specific type of pass to get into the island.
Right. I'm fine. Sure. Do I get?
So you have to take 3 weeks.
Do I get carnival miles for that?
Yeah, it's a cruise legally. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a break. Come back and play another segment, or at least do another segment after these messages. Thank you to Helix for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Love you, Helix.
Oh my God. Jake, you sleep on a Helix mattress?
Sure do.
Greatest mattress of all time, or where do you land on that?
Yes, it is the Gamote. You better believe it's the Gamote.
That's right. Your sleep has improved since switching to Helix. And right now, if you guys want your sleep to improve,
please,
all you got to do is go to helixsleep.com/segments. And you take the sleep quiz, which is a pretty quick, like, little Q&A about how you sleep and whatever. And they'll match.
We're never going to agree on it. Just move on.
Yeah. And they match you with the perfect mattress for you.
That's right.
And it's not just a low price, but if you go to helixsleep.com/segments, you get 20% off that low price plus 2 free pillows for all mattress orders.
It's an incredible value.
It's an insane value. Yeah. And now's your chance to get it. All you got to do is go to helixsleep.com/segments. You get 20% off every mattress order and 2 free pillows.
Boom, baby.
How about you upgrade your sleep game in this next calendar year, or give someone the gift of sleep for the holiday season or their birthday?
The gift of sleep. Exactly.
What's greater than rest?
Nothing.
Thank you, Helix.
Bye.
Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Thank you.
The easiest way to build a beautiful website, an online store, a digital portfolio.
Too true.
Yes, they even have design intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology.
Hell yeah.
Insane. There's never been a better or easier time to build the website of your dream. You can even purchase a domain name through Squarespace. For example, what's available, Jake?
Well, you know how we always use instant domain search to find the available domains?
Yeah.
How would you like instant romaine search? That's where if you're looking for a head of lettuce or cabbage or a leafy green in your area, you do instant romaine search. It'll tell you where you can get nearby lettuce.
It's funny because mine's sort of related. You know, when you are at the market and they have this like vague spray going on like the greens?
Yeah.
Well, vaguespray.com is available.
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's really
right?
good.
Like,
Did you relate
Did
you relate it to the lettuce after the fact, or was it always a lettuce-based domain?
Vague spray. No, it was just a vaguespray.com on the day.
Yeah. All right. Good.
And if you're looking to launch that online store / digital portfolio / website of your dream, just go to squarespace.com/segments to save 10% off your purchase of a website or domain using code segments. That's squarespace.com/segments. You save 10%. And that comes with any first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you, Squarespace.
Thanks.
Funny.
All right, we're back.
That's right.
I had an idea, which is to call one of our fans. A mystery guest that we don't have to guess the identity of because we both don't know this person.
That's right.
So I put onto Instagram, who here wants to give us your phone number and we'll call you on the podcast.
Very cool.
I'm going to share my audio as I call these people. We got like nearly 100 phone numbers. People don't give a shit about DMing.
Absolutely baller. That's the first question.
And I'm going to call these people using Google Voice. Let's see if this works. Okay, this first person is Julia Bala.
Julia Bala.
Yeah. Can you hear?
No. Yeah, no, I can't.
I wonder if they can hear you.
It'll be interesting to find out.
I don't know how they would.
Right. We didn't think this through. Julia is not answering. She's screening.
Oh, wait, no.
calls.
Oh, no. They can hear you. Screening the call.
Hello.
Hello, is this Julia?
This is James, her boyfriend.
Okay. Is Julia there? Do you know that she gave us this phone number? We're not just sort of trolling her or something nefarious.
I don't believe it. She just texted me and said I might get a random phone call from some people I may or may not know.
Okay. Oh, I see. So she put your number, or this is her phone, and she gave you the phone?
She put my number.
This is your number. Okay. So, okay, I see what happened here. Now we're caught up. So this is Jake and Amir. Do you know who we are?
I sure do.
Okay, that's what it is. So,
no, can you hear me? That's a question we have.
No, he cannot hear
me.
Of course.
Okay.
No,
right.
yeah. Jake's talking to me. I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
So your lady friend gave your phone number to us so that we can call you on this podcast.
Oh, okay, nice.
Sorry to throw you into the fire like that.
Yeah. Do we need to get a release?
No, it's great. It's great. I've been ready for this call my whole life.
Yeah. I don't know if you wanted to ask us anything or talk about anything specific. Jake can hear you, but you can't hear him.
Hey, dude.
Oh, shoot. All right. You'll have to be the mediator, I guess.
Mediator?
Yeah. So
does he have a problem?
If you have any questions for us, let me know and I'll ask Jake. I'll let you know what he says.
All right. I'll try to think of some here.
Yeah.
You should be asking him questions.
You guys have any
Everybody
questions
knows
for me?
everything about us.
Yeah, we can also interview you. Like, where are you from?
I'm originally from Colorado Springs.
Originally from, and that means where does he live now?
Right now, I live in.
And that means where do you live now?
Charlottesville, Virginia.
Damn.
UVA.
From Colorado to Virginia.
Was he at the Tiki Torch rally thing?
Were you at the
yeah,
were you at the Tiki Torch rally thing, or was it not that vibe?
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm walking around looking for him. I came here, but
so you moved there for the torches. Holy smokes!
He didn't know it was a rally. He thought it was just the new Charlottesville.
Around, I can't find my statue around here anywhere to rally.
That's incredible. All right, you sound very faint. I don't know if it's an audio issue on your end or mine, but if you have a question, we can call this one a practice call, and I can figure out some technical issues after we hang up. But if you have a question for us, let it rip.
All right, let's see.
He doesn't want to know anything about you, dude.
What? How's the musical going?
How's the musical going? Great
question.
That's a really good question. So the last thing I did was sort of come up with a really plain, full story outline of what a musical could be. Then I sent it to Jake, and he was going to work on it during the flight to Brazil, which you'll hear all about on the podcast. Jake, did you work on that, or did you just sleep the entire flight?
I actually just took a muscle relaxer and
He took a muscle relaxer,
next to Christian Slater.
Next to Christian Slater. Again, that'll make sense once you listen to this episode, but know that it's a pretty crazy story, man.
It's actually not.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
like,
the long answer is we worked
serious about it.
We worked very little on it, and or I said I should say I worked medium hard on it, and Jake worked not at all on it.
But I have it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rip.
Yeah.
I guess
But Jake is ready to have
first few songs, he's really falling off here.
Yes. But thank you for picking up, and thank you for keeping us accountable. We need fans like you.
Oh, of course. No, thank you guys for calling. It's great to
No doubt. We'll talk
chat
soon.
with you guys.
We'll talk soon.
Bye for now.
We'll talk soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, I'm going to call him
later?
probably every night. Yeah. I'm going to call him back a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, actually. All right. How do we get these people to hear you? I didn't think about that.
That seems impossible.
Unless we send them the Zoom link. But then we got to do a Zoom FaceTime with them.
We need a producer.
We need a producer. All right. Should we call somebody else?
Yeah. It's actually kind of
also
nice. I
curious
like
if-
having the separation. You know,
Yes.
it relieves some of my like social anxiety around coming up with questions, talking, making small talk,
Yeah.
making the connection.
Okay. This is.
Though arguably I'm
Grant.
better at it than you are. So
Not really.
yeah, for sure. You just kept on saying,
wait, no,
do you
this
have
is
any
not Grant.
questions for us? You called him.
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
call Grant. Let's call
Try
Grant.
to think of a
And should we
question
have
ahead
like
of
a
time for Grant.
Yeah, there's no questions. Maybe we should.
We're the ones
interview
that
them.
should.
That's correct.
It's random numbers. We should be asking them what's up.
Okay, this is Grant. Ready? Can you hear?
Yeah.
Hello?
Grant?
How'd you get this number?
Oh my God! You gave it to us. This
I
is
did
fucking.
no such thing.
I've been set up to
never
fail.
would.
You DM'd a stranger your phone number.
Okay. All right. You got me there.
How's it going? This is we're trying this new segment out where we call people that give us their phone number.
And I'm one of those people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, technically you're the second person. We realize that Jake can hear you, but you can't hear him. So I'll translate if Jake ever has anything to say.
Okay.
Hey, Grant.
That works.
He says, "Hey, Grant, where are you from?"
I'm in Vermont.
Wow, Vermont.
He says he's in Vermont, but is he from
maybe
Vermont?
You think the only listener in Vermont? Is this not a lot of exposure in Vermont?
It's in play. It's in play. We're pretty underexposed in the
Is he in
Vermont, New
Burlington,
Hampshire.
or is he in Montpelier?
Not playing well.
Jake is
up here.
listing off Vermont cities and wondering if you're in Burlington or Montpelier.
It's Montpelier, if he wants to get the pronunciation right.
How does he know
From
I
the
pronounced
French-
it wrong?
the
You might have
French tone there.
mispronounced it. Translating
really
for
close
me.
to Montpelier.
That's really cool.
Montpelier.
And I'm also offended that Jake mispronounced that word.
Yeah.
I only said it that
What
way.
city is he
because-
from?
probably
Don't
good,
let
but
him
I- What
dominate this
city is
conversation.
he from?
Freaking out. Say that again.
What city are you from? Are you from Vermont or are you just in there right
From
now?
Maine originally, living in Vermont. With
Maine.
my
Wow,
fiance.
from Maine
Is
to
he from
Vermont.
Bangor?
That
Is he
seems
from
like a
Augusta?
Are you from Bangor or
Rockland? Camden?
Now we're getting the
Portland?
deep cuts.
Rockland,
Right
Camden?
outside of Portland, actually, which I'm
Right
I think
outside
Jake
of
is
Portland.
familiar
Right outside of Portland? So what are we talking about? St. George?
Sorry, 1 second, Jake. He's talking to you at the same time.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
with. Right outside
Grant?
of
Freeport?
Portland.
Yeah, but then you said something about Jake.
Well, he would know. I feel like I've heard Jake talk about his affection for Maine and perhaps the Portland area.
Yeah. You could tell
Jake-
him that I've been rattling off
Jake's been
names.
rattling off specific districts near Portland, trying to guess which one you're from. So he's trying to I guess, brag about knowing a lot about Maine.
Not knowing a
seems
lot,
to be
having been
cool.
there a lot, actually.
Having been there a lot. Yeah.
I have a deep
This
connection.
is a
with
very
Maine.
interesting way to be having a conversation with you as sort of the middleman here.
Yeah, and I realized that as we called the first person. I don't know
Yeah.
if you know stuff
Tell
about
Grant that I would
audio,
actually call you
video.
not a middleman, but a little man.
Yeah, Jake says I'm not a middleman, but a little man. Do you have any ideas for us in terms of how to fix that? I'm just wondering how we get this segment off the ground in a way that's more positive next time, where all three people can hear each other.
I'm a customer support person. This is what this is turning into. I am.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
That is not my area of expertise, so I don't.
What is his
don't
area
think
of
I can
expertise?
lend
I'm
any,
curious.
pearls of wisdom there.
Jake wants to know, what is your area of expertise?
I'm in the creative field. I'm a content strategist at a marketing agency. You can tell myself
Content
that.
strategist.
Content strategist at a marketing agency.
Does he have any lucrative contracts?
Do you have any lucrative contracts? Anything that we can potentially help with regards to being in the social media sphere for the last 2 decades? I feel like we can.
We could do a consulting thing for a fee.
Do like a consulting fee pro bono, or maybe even,
and
for
then
a
maybe some kind of
fee.
thing where
God,
we
what
bring
does this turn into?
some connections.
Wow.
We eat what we
Agreed.
kill.
1 second, he's talking.
Grant.
Yeah.
I'll keep you posted for sure. I mean, appreciate the offer. That's very kind.
Yeah, I just
It's
wanna
one
be
thing to keep
meaningfully
us
considered.
posted, but it's another thing.
It's one thing to keep us posted.
to actually assign us
but it's
on the
another thing
post.
to actually assign us on
I'll
the
keep you
post.
posted.
Jake is
I'll
kind of
keep you
clamoring
posted.
for
What can
an
we
an
say
occupation.
for an
Yeah.
opportunity
What can we say
today,
for an opportunity today?
sir?
Yeah, you'll
Sir.
be considered. You'll be considered. Yeah, definitely.
Meaningfully?
Considered.
I wonder if it's a meaningful consideration.
Sure. If that's what you want to hear, meaningful.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Thank you.
That is,
And we do
that's a
appreciate
door
it,
slamming
Grant.
in the face for
And
the
I
little
appreciate
man.
You. Thank you.
You did awesome, and thank you so much for picking up the call.
Tell Grant that
That's
if it's
it.
about our fee,
This
that
is
we
the
actually
segment?
split
Just
a
what-
single
what-
Not
fee.
about
higher?
the fee.
Okay.
Yeah. Jake wants to let you know that if it's about the fee, we'll split it in half, like we always do.
Yeah, so it's actually 2 for the price of 1. Grant.
That does change things. Okay, I'll take
Well,
that.
he
Now
says
you're
it
being
moves the needle.
meaningfully considered. You've just been bumped
Wow.
up.
Wow, to meaningfully consider.
up to
All
meaningfully
right, end the
consider.
call. End the call.
All
This
right,
is
we
too
gotta
good.
go, but this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Love you guys, and yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Hell yeah, we love you too.
All
well,
right.
I don't know about Jake, but at the very least,
I love
do.
him.
That's
Okay,
all
bye.
I need to hear. Bye.
Thank you. What about if I conference you in?
Can you conference in my computer though? Because I can't answer my phone.
No, of course I can't do that.
Okay.
You know I can't do that.
Okay.
we need to move to Vermont or Maine or something and get on the same page.
Yeah, I would be down. Is there a city in America that you would move to? Or is it LA or bust for you?
It would have to be a warm city. What about San Diego?
No, it would have to be on the East Coast for me. I'm basically asking if you want to move to Maine.
I can move to the East Coast, but it really needs to be south. What about Atlanta?
I could consider Atlanta. I could conceivably
Meaningfully consider?
Yeah, I would meaningfully consider Atlanta. What about North Carolina? Because my sisters are already there. Would you move to
How
Chapel
cold does
Hill?
it get? Interesting. I don't dislike North Carolina. No.
Okay. All right. That could be interesting.
What about South Carolina? Charleston of sorts.
Yeah, I would meaningfully consider that.
We'd have to open, at the very least, a studio for us.
Right.
In
HGSC.
Yes, exactly. It's kind of like how Theo Von moved to Nashville and Joe Rogan moved to Austin. What's our sort of hipster Southern enclave?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the Research Triangle it's got to be
Durham.
Yeah.
Durham.
Yeah.
Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
Chapel Thrill.
That's right.
And ultimately, we make our mark in Carborough.
Yeah.
We plant our flag.
It's kind of epic.
Have you looked at real estate there recently?
Only all the time. Yeah. I hit
always.
up Carborough for sure. I hit up Chapel Hill.
A pied a terre.
Mhm.
Where do you stay when you go there?
I think the last time we stayed at did we say the last time? I haven't gone since having a kid, so I feel like maybe the last time we stayed at an Airbnb. Yeah, usually an Airbnb.
That's awesome.
Never a hotel.
No, God, no. At these prices? Unless Paramount is paying, I'm not staying at a hotel ever again.
Unless I'm staying at the Tangara, then I don't stay at a
I'm
hotel.
used to a certain lifestyle now.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
you're treating me like I wasn't part of Ben's traveling.
You're
party.
acting like I
You
don't
stay
have
at
a per
Holiday
diem,
Inn.
and I do have a per diem.
Yeah, this is a double tree in Charlotte. So, do you want the cookie?
Where's
or
my
not?
handler?
Chelsea or otherwise? Help. Okay, we'll call that a rough draft of a calling people segment, but we'll square away the kinks of production and figure out how to do it better.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
It was good. It was solid. We went for it.
Yeah. No, I thought it was fun.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Absolutely.
Jake, you know the holidays are fun, but they could be stressful.
I hear that.
That's right. Family issues, work issues. The days are shorter. The days are colder. You might be feeling that stress or anxiety more than usual.
Mm-hmm. And there is one proven way to help. What is it?
That's right. It's therapy. You share your experience with a personally licensed therapist, and the best way to do that is with BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
Yeah, BetterHelp is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Exactly.
They streamlined the process to make it easy to get ahead of the anxieties and stresses and depressions that may rear its ugly head during these cold winter months.
Right on.
So find comfort this December and beyond with BetterHelp.
Yep.
Just go to betterhelp.com/segments to get 10% off your first month.
Wow.
Yeah, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/segments.
Segments.
You'll get access to their therapists, and it's 10% off your first month.
Beautiful.
Check them out. And thank you, BetterHelp.
Thanks.
All right, we're back. One last segment.
Right on.
It's really going to be hard to top a story in which you were bored in Brazil for a day and a phone call in which they couldn't
hear
you.
For sure.
But you could hear them. But let's see what we got.
All right. I think we've played this before, but I'm going to give you a year, and you will give me an event, something that happened in that
this is easy. Yeah, I've been studying up for this. I've been doing like little current events quizzes. So
good.
I have my sort of finger on the pulse of that date and time. If you want to give me a month too to make it more of a challenge,
right, to rattle
we can
it off.
see about that. Yeah.
1945.
World War. One of the fucking world wars ended. I want to say World War. Hitler killed himself.
Pretty sure that's correct, but let's just make sure it didn't happen in the winter of 1944.
Show me Hitler killing himself.
My Google search for this is so dumb. I just wrote, I could have just searched Hitler, I guess, and it would have told me when he died because I know that he killed himself. But I wrote Hitler killed himself, killed with
you frantically. You're driving 140
like
miles
per hour. I just found out that he killed himself. Wait a second, the fucker's dead. Why is everyone so obsessed with him lately? Then, killed with one L. Yeah, April 30th, 1945. Very good, very good. I would have said the nuke was dropped, but you nailed it.
Didn't need to.
Yeah,
too obvious. Obviously.
1966.
66.
Yeah, 66.
I had my kicks in 66.
I bet you thought I was going to do all 93 in 2014.
Yeah, that would have been more up my alley.
Yeah.
But also potentially harder was... Oh, when was JFK assassinated? When was MLK assassinated? I feel late 60s-ish.
Okay, I'll give you.
So
either
show me
one.
JFK's assassination.
You are 3 years off on that. You're
69.
obsessed with fucking death. That's 63, actually.
Oh, 63.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
You were closer
Bobby
with
Kennedy's assassination?
MLK
Or
is
no, that was the same
68.
year.
And RFK was also 68.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 years in that area, but nothing on the 66. What was the biggest thing in 66?
I would guess Watergate. I feel like that was around then, right?
Right around then.
Wait,
that was in the 70s.
72. Yep. Okay.
Just don't even say that then.
How about
you
Beatles?
could have done pre-production?
Beatles America tour.
How about Beatlemania?
Yeah, Beatlemania. That's what I'm curious about.
The White Album. When did the White Album come out?
Beatlemania. Okay, the fan frenzy surrounding the Beatles from 1963 to 1966. So
that counts.
That counts. It was
your
the
Watergate
end.
guess was
Beatlemania
ill-advised, unfounded, and bad to say
they became
out loud.
A staple. Okay,
Yeah.
2013.
God, were the Beatles still around?
Beatlemania came back around then because that was when Spotify or Apple licensed their library.
When was the BP oil spill? It had to have been around then. A spill so thick and tough, they named it once.
I think that spill was 2010, and it was.
BP oil spill was 2010.
2010.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
2012. I mean, this is Obama's second term. What is he dealing with here?
Mm-hmm.
Give me... I don't want to say tragic ass events.
Yeah, but you were about to say it, and I know what you're about to say.
It has to be, sadly, one of the saddest things in American history. I almost don't even want to say it, but you can look it up.
Yeah, I can look it up, and it was 2012. So come up with another guess.
Jesus. Ill-advised. What's
like
wrong
in a
with
sports team that won in 2013 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe the Spurs beat the Heat in NBA Finals.
Let's see.
Oh no, the Heat beat the Spurs. The Heat beat the Spurs. The Heat beat the Spurs. Shit.
You are
wait, it is the Spurs beating the Heat. The Spurs. Oh shit! Now I forgot. Okay, in 2011, the Mavericks beat the Heat. In 2012, the Heat beat the Spurs. In 2013. No, wait. They beat OKC in 2012. They beat the Spurs in 2013. The Spurs beat the Heat in 2014. Final answer, 2013, Sandy Hook.
Come on. 2013 Heat. Yes, the Heat won.
Yeah, Heat beat the Spurs. Yeah, I was going to say.
Good. Let's stop the game there.
What? We can't stop it on that. No, give me
19,
one more fucking year.
Let's do the date that our play takes place. 1999.
Let's do the date that our play comes out, 2029.
That would be amazing.
30-year anniversary. Okay, 1999?
Yeah.
Again, I feel like sports is cheating, but I think there was like the MLB strike around then, but I'll try to do something non-sports related.
Okay.
What happened in Oh, there was Woodstock 99, Woodstock 2 or 3.
It looks like the MLB strike was 94 to 95.
Oh, okay. So I was wrong about that. Woodstock 2? That might have been 94 as well.
Woodstock 99, yes, was July 22nd to the 25th, 1999.
Was that a number 2 or number 3 for Woodstock?
Let me see. The original, 1969, held on a dairy farm in Bethel, New York, from August 15th to the 18th. Then 1994, the 25th anniversary, was held on a farm in Saugerties, New York, from August 12th to the 14th.
And then was the third Woodstock.
The third Woodstock, 1999, held at the former Griffiths Air Force Base in Rome, New York, from July 22nd to the 25th. The festival was marred by a small riot.
Yes, that's why nobody thinks about it, because of the small riot that occurred.
Was it a huge riot?
Was that the mud one? There was a lot of mud.
Yeah, there's something, I don't know, something crazy shit. I feel like there was a documentary and crazy shit happened there.
Can you name a 99 event?
1999. I'm trying to think where I was in the world.
You were getting bar mitzvahed. What happened that week?
Yeah, like what happened to me when I was in 7th grade? It was 7th grade, right?
What was going on in Bosnia then when I was getting bar mitzvahed?
I can't even remember what was going on for me.
You were in 7th grade.
Yeah, 7th grade. I was so wrapped up in my own head. I can't remember a current event. Clinton was president. That's for sure.
What was Tricky Bill up to? Oh, maybe a Lewinsky scandal. The Lewinsky, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, might have been 99.
I think it was before that. Began in 1995.
God, I was way off.
And ended it. Sorry, no, it looks like it was 1999 because the affair started in 95, lasted for 18 months, ended in 1997.
How was your first day? Did you ever watch that Ryan Murphy show?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was pretty good.
Yeah,
if you're interested.
I did like. Okay, so it looks like January 1998 was when everything was Let's see when the trial was, right?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I think that was 98, 99. Yeah, I remember being in like 9th or 10th grade.
Right. The impeachment started on January 7th, 1999, and concluded with his acquittal. There you go. Good stuff.
Also, as long as we're not running away from tragedies, I believe Columbine was 1999 as well.
Oh.
420.
Really?
I'm sorry for bringing these up, but those are the dates that stick out. Pearl Harbor, 9/11, Columbine.
Yeah. I guess that's...
I wish I could remember good news from these years.
Right. Who won the best kiss at the VMAs?
It had to
April
have been
20th,
Madonna and
1999.
Britney Spears. Yeah.
Let's find out.
It actually might have been Christian Slater and Sarah Michelle Gellar from your fucking flight.
No.
If you can believe it.
Oh, the best kiss award winners
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No.
And Skeet Ulrich.
It's
Denise Richards and Nev Campbell from Cruel Intentions, Cruel Intentions. What was that movie?
No, and it looks like it could have almost been somebody from my flight, actually. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair.
Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh, no. Selma Blair.
Selma Blair from what was that movie where it was Ryan Felipe's in it, who we brought up last week.
Isn't it Cruel Intentions?
Is that one Cruel Intentions? Oh, yeah.
I think it was.
Oh, right. That one's Cruel Intentions. And then the Denise Richard one is Wild Things, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So that one's Cruel Intentions.
God, they were really smart to have everybody's heartthrob just make out in a movie. They must have made a lot of money
so smart.
Taking advantage of the perverted tweens that would pay to see it.
Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair won for Cruel Intentions in 2000. And in 1998, Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore won for their kiss in The Wedding Singer. But in 1999, can you remember who had the best kiss? And I will give you a hint. This film is also one that had some Oscar talk. I think it might have even won an Oscar. Let me verify.
Gwyneth Paltrow and that other guy in Shakespeare in Love.
That is correct.
Ray Fiennes?
Joseph Fiennes.
Can you imagine winning Best Kiss and Best Actor?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
you can do all.
That's your year. She won Best Picture and Best Kiss, Gwyneth Paltrow, beating out Saving Private Ryan, if you can believe it.
What kiss was in a fucking World War II movie that needed to be nominated?
Wow. And here's one final question for you. Can you tell me who won Best Kiss in 2023?
There was an MTV Movie Award last year.
Apparently, yes.
Have they been going this entire century, or do they bring it back?
It looks like there has been a winner every single year.
During COVID, there was a Best Kiss on a channel that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, no, you're right.
They show Fantasy Factory and an MTV Movie Award.
Well, it's for movies. They always come out. But yeah, they did not have one during COVID. Here, tell you what. We could do an entire fucking podcast just about this. Who has the most wins for MTV's VMAs, the Best Kiss? Who has the most wins? Who has the most nominations? And I could also tell you, just to see if we can get there. I'll give you the nominees for Best Kiss 2023. Tell me if you know fucking any of these people.
Okay.
Anna Torv and Phillips Praju.
Of course not.
Harry Styles and David Dawson.
Never heard of Harry Styles.
Riley
I
Keough.
assume he's in One Direction.
Riley Keough and Sam Claflin.
Fake names.
Selena Gomez and Cara Delevingne.
I know Selena.
Yeah. Okay, and finally the winners. I thought they were going to list the nominees, but that was just all of the nominees and not the winners. The winners are, of course, Madison Bailey and Rudy Pankow.
In what?
The Outer Banks.
A Netflix show I probably haven't seen.
That's right.
Wow. Wait a minute. That's a TV show. All right. We won't get too into the weeds, but I have a lot of questions about the MTV award. I feel like they're just doing the award show for Best Kiss at this point. It doesn't matter if it's a movie or
they
a TV
must
show.
be.
Or what.
Do they do a full-on award show still? The VMAs?
Are there music video awards? Remember, that was a huge thing in 99? 99. That was the biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
It was the fucking music video awards or something.
That's right. The Video Music Awards and the Music Video Awards? No, it was the Video Music Awards.
Yeah, VMAs. Video Music Awards.
Right. So that's why they can do Best Kiss from film and TV, because it's all just video. They're encompassing everything. Yeah. It's buttoned up.
I mean, one segment that brought together MLK and also Riley Keough, who thought that we can pull that off?
It's gorgeous.
Insane range. Not
gorgeous.
Since Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. That's our time. We actually ran a little over, but it's okay. We won't charge you for that. And if you still want more, we're on Patreon, patreon.com/JA.
Yeah. Real quick. Yeah. Can I tell you the nominees for the Best Kiss in 1999? It's really fun.
It's really hot.
George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez and Out of Sight. I mean, come on. Also, you were right on the money. Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and Nev Campbell in Wild Things.
Hot.
Of course, Jeremy Irons and Dominique Swain in Lolita. Sounds really creepy.
That's
would imagine,
messed up,
right?
That's really, really messed
Ben
up.
Stiller and Cameron Diaz. There's Something About Mary.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be back next week.
Woo.
Until then, stay classy, everybody, and stay sassy.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say.
That was a Headgum original.